Betty Boo, oh oh, Betty Boop, just doing the do, and you've been booped, do do, and there's nothing you can do. That's like the song from the 90s or something. Hi you guys, Tamara here, and I wanted to have a discussion with you guys. This was actually going to be part of my weekly vlog that I do, but I felt like it would better serve as a discussion video. I wanted to talk to you guys about personal versus private, specifically when it comes to writing, because that's my wheelhouse, but this could apply to, you know, anything. Last night I was talking with Amy, like I do very often, because she's my writing buddy, and we share with each other our triumphs and our defeats and our just general malaise when it comes to writing, or our excitement, you know, those kind of things. It kind of helps keep things going if you have someone who can commiserate with the fickleness of the writing. Since I injured my head, I haven't written anything really, and that would be what, 2 weeks this Friday. But before then, it'd been a few days since I had edited on my novel. So, and I tried to edit this week, and it wasn't working out, and I was trying to figure out why was I having such a resistance to doing this thing that I know that I need to do, and why is it causing me so much anxiety now? What's happening? What's different than normal? And granted, I usually have a little bit of anxiety with editing, but this is like way bigger scale. Through talking with Amy, I realized I hadn't written a poem since January, and I hadn't written a short story since December. And for some people, that isn't a long period of time, you know, it's just a couple months. But for me, that's huge. I generally do not go without a week or two without some form of creative writing. I've been focusing all this time on doing freelance work, which is generally either some type of social media management, marketing, or writing like articles and blog posts, and editing my novel. I haven't even been writing any journal entries. I've been doing nothing that feeds my soul. So last night I had a late night thought about what was going on in my mind, you know, what's happening with this writing journey. And a friend of mine on Twitter, she asked me this question, you know, basically asking me what I was thinking about, like, you know, and what did I want? I didn't respond to her, and not because I was ignoring her, but because it sparked so many questions in my mind about what is it that I want, and why am I not feeling like I'm getting that? What am I trying to obtain? What is my purpose here? Existential thoughts at 3 a.m. like you do. Through last night's thinking, I woke up this morning realizing that my problem is that everything feels like it needs a purpose. Before, I would write poem after poem after poem, story after story after story, and they would all not necessarily go out into the world, right? So I had these things that I was writing. Some of it I would share, some of it I wouldn't. Some of it I'd keep close to myself, to my heart, and I wouldn't even let a friend read it. It was just for me. But something has changed within the last couple of years when I decided that I was going to be writing for a living, and this is what I wanted to do. And I want to have a writing career that'll get us firmly in that sweet spot of middle class, or the vanishing middle class, depending on who you talk to. But with that came this unconscious thought that everything I write and everything that I do needs to be put out there in some way, that needs to be shared in some way. Pics or it didn't happen. We're living in a society where we are literally living our lives on an international stage. So there's an almost unspoken idea that if you don't share a thing, then the thing isn't as valuable. But is that true? Isn't there value in holding things back and investing time in yourself and in your loved ones. And for me, part of me investing time in myself is just writing stuff that's just for me, stuff that's just a goof, stuff that just divests emotions, stuff that I try and it doesn't work out, and it's cool, it's fine. It wasn't meant for anybody anyway. I do think that there's value in not sharing something and holding it back. I think that that makes the stuff that you do share that much more special, and it makes the stuff that you don't share private. And I value privacy. There's so much of my life and my world that I don't talk about on here, that I don't show in my goofy Instagram photos and my very dumb Snapchats. So what do you think about the public versus the private? And if you're not a writer, then, you know, you can use this, you can join me in this conversation in any way that would fit your narrative, because I'm interested in hearing about this, not just in terms of me, but in terms of you guys too, because I think that this is something that kind of affects us all one way or another, unless you're one of the smart people who just avoids all of this shenanigans and keeps everything to yourself and screw the internet, screw social media. So those are my thoughts that I'm thinking about today, and please join me in conversation. My name is Tamara, and I put out books every week about the writing and the books. This weekend I'll be putting up a vlog that talks about my editing week, and I also put out a call for horror writers. So if you're a horror writer, if you know horror writers, or if you want to just see a cheesy short horror story, check it out. Alright, you guys, well, I am going to go now and make myself something for beverage, warm beverage. It's actually chilly enough here that I can wear long pajama pants and drink hot beverages. That is very exciting. I'm in Honolulu. I don't get this very often. It's not even that cold. Just let me have this thing. Alright, you guys, bye.